Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome to another episode of Next Step Espresso, your daily shot of fitness. I am your host, as always, Johnny Landals from Next Step Nutrition, bringing you the podcast that helps you overcome the industry confusion and get results for life. Today, we're on episode 352. We've been talking a lot about change recently, and that is for a good reason, because we know that behaviour change is the key to long-term success. We know from research that losing weight is pretty much the simpler part of change. Plenty of people lose weight, but the issue is that they put it back on again afterwards because they don't focus on long-lasting habit change. Now, I've spoken extensively in the past about deficits, so eating fewer calories being a temporary thing, and for maintenance to involve something slightly different, but that habits are forever. So if you're listening to this thinking, well, fuck me, I can't eat like this for the rest of my life, I'm not asking you to, because losing weight and being in a calorie deficit, so eating fewer calories, is a temporary state of change. But what is a permanent state of change is your habit change. So habits like eating protein, eating vegetables, sleeping more, walking more, being active in general, and managing your eating mindfully, being aware of snacks, but still being flexible, improving that relationship with food. Those are habits for life, not the fact that you're eating less food. Now, you might be thinking, why the title of this episode, Johnny? Well, there is an emotional cycle of behaviour change put forward by Kelly and Connor, which talks about 5 stages of change, this emotional cycle of change. Now, these 5 stages are uninformed optimism, informed pessimism, the valley of despair, informed optimism, and then success and fulfilment. So you go through these 5 stages. That first stage, uninformed optimism, is that idea of, hey, I've got this goal, it sounds great, I'm going to go and do it because I want to be the person at the end of making this change. You quickly dive down, so imagine this is a graph with a line going down into informed pessimism, right? So you've got this middle line of optimism and pessimism, you've dove below that line, and you're in informed pessimism. This is where you have started to change, and you're now aware of the sacrifices you're having to make. You're having to get up earlier in order to go to the gym. You're having to go to bed earlier in order to get more sleep. You are having to shop differently in order to eat more vegetables. You are having to be aware of the amount of social events you're having or the amount you're eating out. These changes then continue to get you down until you're in the valley of despair. Now, it's the valley of despair which makes or breaks people's results, right? Because you either quit and you go back to before stage 1, that uninformed optimism of being where you are, liking the idea of change but not really doing anything about it, or you push through into this idea of informed optimism where you start to actually see the benefits of your change. Because this is the issue that we have in today's world, is that we want everything now. We're in that Amazon Prime generation where if you want some fucking staples from Amazon, you can get them the same day if you order them quick enough. You can get information at the touch of a button. Ooh, my back hurts, Google it, shit, I've got a slip disc. Or how do I actually lose weight? Google it, and then the sexy pineapple diet comes up. So we're like, right, well, that's clearly what I need to do next. Or Adele's cert food diet, or whatever the hot and sexy diet is at the time. Unfortunately, there's no sexy calorie deficit diet, right, that we can follow through with. So we need to be aware that we're going to go through these 5 stages, because just after the valley of despair, the curve perks back up. We get through to that informed optimism of, okay, well, these changes are starting to feel easier and I'm starting to see the results. So I'm going to push through onto stage 5, success and fulfillment. But if we don't go through that, if we're not aware of that, then we can very easily give up in the valley of despair and go back to the steps before. So which one will you choose? Will you push on and go through into informed optimism and start to see those results, or will you quit and go back to where you were before? And do you know what helps you get through the valley of despair? That crystal clear, compelling vision. So if you haven't listened to yesterday's episode, Go back, listen to it, get out your journals, create that compelling vision, and then be aware that in the cycle of change, you will hit the valley of despair. And unless you've got that really crystal clear why in the back of your head pushing you through, you will quit. Plain and simple. Thank you as always for listening to today's episode of Next Step Espresso. A reminder that we want to hit 10,000 downloads this month and we need your help to do it. If you take a screenshot of this episode or share it directly from Spotify to Instagram or Facebook or both, because they are linked, to your stories and you tag us in it at Next Step Nutrition Limited, you will be in a chance of winning a t-shirt, vest, goodie bag bundle. We will announce the winner at the end of September, so you have all of this month to participate. You can enter as many times as you wish. Please go forth and spread the good word of Next Step Espresso. Thank you as always for listening, guys. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I'll see you tomorrow for another daily shot of fitness where we're going to be discussing who is supporting you. Take care.